Now that we've had a look at the functions of the nephron, filtration, reabsorption and secretion, let's have a look how kidneys and urine work to change the water balance of the body. First we'll have a look at how the concentration of the blood is changed, and by that the rest of the body. And then we'll have a look at how the volume of blood is changed. But first of all, concentration. So to review fluid balance, this is how your water enters your body. You'll have had a look at this through other topics. This topic we're looking more at the output, particularly the urine, which is your most predominant cause of fluid output. The other important thing to remember is we have intracellular fluid and extracellular fluid. The extracellular fluid is made up of interstitial fluid and plasma. Now, water flows from each compartment to the next depending on its concentration and its makeup. If we want to make dilute urine or remove water from the body, that's H2O from body, or maintaining our solutes, our ions and proteins and such, we need to remove water from the blood. We do this through urine, predominantly. Now first of all, we've got the proximal convoluted tubule. It always does the same thing when it comes to the concentration of urine. It goes through reabsorption and produces an isotonic filtrate to the blood. The loop of Henle makes a dilute filtrate because it removes more sodium than water. Let's draw that small. Okay. Then we have our distal convoluted tubule and our collecting duct. Now these act together to not be permeable to water. Water cannot get out or in for that matter. However, additional solutes are reabsorbed, so we talked about sodium and potassium being reabsorbed, and this results in an even more dilute filtrate. So we're taking out the ions, but we're leaving the water in the collecting duct. This urine can be up to 4 times more dilute than blood. And you can see it here, this dilute urine. So now what if we want to make concentrated urine? We would do this in response to the body wanting to conserve water, and therefore the blood wanting to conserve water. And so we want our urine to conserve water. We're trying to make urine like this on the right, a much darker colour. The colour, by the way, of urine is from a waste product called urobilin, which comes from the heme molecule when it is broken down. You'll remember heme as it is part of hemoglobin, but it is also used throughout the body. Now, the loop of Henle. Loss of sodium and water. Sodium in particular is lost from this part of the body, this part of the nephron, and so we produce a dilute urine. Just to backtrack, the proximal convoluted tubule is still making an isotonic filtrate. It doesn't change. Filtrate, okay. So we have a dilute urine coming out of the loop of Henle, and in this case, when we're trying to make concentrated urine, we actually make a more dilute filtrate from the loop of Henle. It does this by reabsorbing sodium ions into the interstitium. This we will use later to concentrate the urine. The distal convoluted tubule and collecting ducts are acted upon by a hormone known as antidiuretic hormone, and it makes the distal convoluted tubule and the collecting duct permeable to water. This is called facultative water reabsorption, and it means that it's depend on the plasma concentration of water, and it depends on the presence of antidiuretic hormone. So plasma concentration and antidiuretic hormone. So now water can leave the DCT and CD, or distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct, and due to the high sodium concentration in the interstitium, more water is drawn out. So let's have a little drawing here. We've got sodium in the interstitium, we've got cells here of the tubule, and then we have the filtrate here. We have water here going out through these new ion channels that have been produced by the antidiuretic hormone. That goes out to the sodium, and because there's lots of sodium, a lot of water is leaving the cell, causing a lot more water to come into the cell and leave the filtrate. Therefore, we have concentrated urine down the bottom of our collecting duct. Just a quick word on antidiuretic hormone, which is very important in the mechanisms of the kidney. A diuretic is a substance that causes the passing of increased urine. So antidiuretic is a substance that does not cause the passing of increased urine, or in other words, causes decreased urine. Overall, antidiuretic hormone is the predominant mechanism in creating concentrated urine. It's also called vasopressin. It's released into the bloodstream from the posterior pituitary gland, and it acts on blood vessels and kidneys. Just some fast facts for you.